Yo, what it is, YouTube? It's your boy DC coming back with another bullseye of a video here today on the channel. I wanted to show you how I like to apply saturation from this special plugin today to get a pro sounding sound that has a lot of life, a lot of fullness, and a lot of color and sauce. Okay, so if y'all like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. In the comments, let me know what's your favorite saturation plugin that you like to use to get that sauce. Also, don't forget to check out the links down below to support the channel. So let's go. Let's listen to the track that we got right now and see how we could like help out.
Give this up, knowing all that I was. Don't diss like they say it. Just talk how you really mean it, and move if you're still breathing. Move, baby, it's just hard, and only you can judge if I deserve your trust.
Okay, so we got a really dope pop track right here, and I like this type of pop right here too because it almost reminds me of like the new stuff that's starting to come out and push the sound. Shout out to the artist Just Bloom. But I like when they push the sound because like his sound is kind of like dirty a little bit, like Nate Sib is like that too. Two Hollis is like that, where they've got like that pop influence, but like it's dirty and they're trying to like push it. You feel me? So I like to plug in like this decapitator in a situation like this where I want some distortion on the mix. I want the mix to feel a little dirty. I want it to feel a little filthy. I want the mix to feel like I ain't take a shower yet. Okay, type of situation. I want it to feel like it's a little bit of grimy and gritty. You feel me? So that's why I like to use something like decapitator. And for me, when I use decapitator on the mix bus, I'm also gonna use it on the vocal today. But on the mix bus, I don't ever really touch the EQs on the mix bus. I don't really touch anything. I just use the saturation modes. The A is gonna be that I call it the ass mode because it uses the tape saturation. It adds a lot of low end, it adds a lot of body. Okay, and then the E is a TGMI console. It has like a little bit of crunch. The N is the Neve setting. Okay, so it's like a Neve. It crunches like a transistor E style type of Neve. Then you have the T, which is the triode mode, which is like, are you even trying to get fat? That's what I call it, because triode tubes add even order harmonics. And then P is the pento tubes. I call it the pent up odd anger because they add odd order harmonics. Okay, so not to get too into depth into that because sometimes they can add both or whatever. But most importantly though, on this a song like this, I want a little bit more fullness. I want that bass to boom 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 come out a little bit more because there's two type of basses. There's the regular bass and there's also like a bass pad type of situation. I want that to image more, feel a little bit more full and solid, so a little bit more chunky. So that's why we're gonna be using the triode mode.
Judge if I deserve your trust, baby, it's just hard, and only you can judge if I deserve your trust. I'm hoping you slip in moments I can't react, cause you're broken. I know there's reasons you won't come back. In these four walls, I get reminded of what we had. Is there reception, or are you not coming back? I feel it burning up. Without saying, they make way more than I do. And
if I would have been starting from zero on a song like this, on every song what I do is like, start the default preset. And I literally just like let the whole song play or whatever. And I just click through the different modes. Then I start playing with the settings.
all that I was. Don't diss like they say it. Just talk how you really mean it, and move if you're still breathing. Move, baby, it's just hard, and only you can judge if I
So either A or T could work. E is nice too, but it just sounds like it's already too distorted. And if you're gonna throw that on your master fader, you gotta consider the whole entire mix. You don't want to distort your low end. You don't want to overly distort your vocal. If you can just go into like one specific track and just only distort that. All right. So that's how we kind of fell up on the settings that we had here originally. So I think it was like this, and this. All right. And then after that, let me show you guys how I like to apply decapitator on vocals, especially because like his vocal is like a pop vocal. It's supposed to be clean. But with a little bit of decapitator, we can like, kind of give it that who's bad Michael Jackson type of, you feel me, like that type of energy, that little aggression, a good guy, but is aggressive, type of shit. So let's just play around with it and see what we come up with.
So, knowing all that I was, this like they see it. Just talk how you really mean it, and move if you're still breathing. So, knowing all that I was, this like they see it. Just talk how you really mean it, and move if you're still breathing. Move, baby, it's just hard. So, knowing all that I was, this like they see it. Just talk how you really mean it, and move if you're still breathing. Move, baby, it's just hard. And only you can judge if I deserve your trust. Baby, it's just hard.
And you hear adding a little bit of this saturation, that EMI crunch from E. You start to hear, now you start to hear a little bit more vocal nuances and stuff like that. It's almost like the noise floor is kind of just being colored a little bit more, like all the low level detail is starting to be enhanced. A little bit of salt and pepper has been thrown on it. You feel the flavor. Now you kind of taste it a little bit more. Your ears kind of hear it a little bit more. And now like the vocal just kind of cuts through by using this style of saturation. And this is important too, especially when you have a song like this where there's like a background vocals, there's ad libs, there's a bunch of other shit going on. You still want your vocal to stand firm. You still want your vocal to be up front, and you still want it to like not get lost inside of the mix. I think that using a plugin like Decapitator is great as like a scavenger, a tour guide to make sure you don't get lost, a GPS on your vocal, you know, a tracker.
So, knowing all that I was, this like they see it. Just talk how you really mean it, and move if you're still breathing. Move, baby, it's just hard. And only you can judge if I deserve your trust. Baby, it's just hard. And only you can judge if I deserve your trust. I'm hoping you slip in moments I can't react, 'cause you're broken. I know there's reasons you won't come back. In these four walls, I get reminded of what we had. Is there reception, or are you not coming back? I feel it burning up. Beat is young and drunk in love. Every song I listen to, starting to sound like me and you. Got me watching how I'm treating you. It all sounds like what we've been.
Almost like an instant style of presence to the vocal that really kind of just helps it stand out in the mix even more. I think another great way to take advantage of the Decapitator plugin too is to like create like tone and texture and stuff like that. So like for example right here, so like let's say you got like an ad lib that you kind of wanted to stand out a little bit more. Maybe you use something like Decapitator, and you know at that point on ad libs I would definitely, you know, okay, do a little bit of high cut. So it's kind of like if I have two clean towels and I put them on top of each other, they might just look like they're one towel. You know what I mean? Inside the bathroom. You know, okay? So that's why sometimes it's good to have two distinguishing textures, you know, one being clean and one being dirty, so that when you have two things that are playing at the same time that are maybe like dubbing each other, they feel different. You feel the separation inside of the mix because you're not like, just having two wet white towels on top of each other that look like they could be one of the same thing, okay? So that's why I like to use the decapitator and maybe push something a little bit hard with the overdrive, and it also flattens out the waveform too, so it helps things blend a little bit better. Sometimes you might not even have to use a limiter or a compressor to get that to fit in better. If you use a saturator, that's gonna kind of flatten out your waveform and get things to blend in a little bit better, getting it to sit back. So no matter how much I want to blend it back and blend it back, because it's a whole new texture, it's a whole new flavor, you're still gonna taste it. You're still gonna taste it with your ears because it's just a completely different texture in contrast from that super clean style lead vocal. Okay, so this is pretty much the end of the video here today. Show me some ways that you guys like to use the decapitator down below by commenting, hey, I like to use the decapitator, I like to use this saturator, and give me more video ideas down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for the next video. Appreciate y'all now. Peace.